The coddle guy. Ooh.
Oh, Mr. Dakota. Shout out to Dakota. Doing a great job helping our other half of the continent, you know. Well,
the other America.
Continent.
Yeah.
Yeah, hosting all that NA. You know, they're having a great time up there.
Yeah. Actually, we're having a great time down here. Make sure you give us a shout out there, Trent. It's only fair.
I think Dakota was watching one of our streams. Like there was a series where we ended and he was like, "Hey guys, I'm watching South America."
I can confirm Dakota's watched more than one of our streams here. He is a fan of Dota. He likes SA as well as NA. He might well be watching right now. Yes. Shout out to Dakota. I love that. Like, I've got evidence. I saw him. He was in one stream one day.
I have a screenshot.
Yeah, screenshot or it didn't happen, buddy. But we like this Grimstroke opener, right? Does this pass the gut check? We're happy?
Yeah,
Nick's
like
still in?
I had my doubts on Grimstroke, but it really looked great in a lot of games. You know, it's really good versus Tidehunter, really good versus Timbersaw. There's a lot of meta heroes that actually get hurt so hard by the silence. So I don't mind it at all. I think it's actually pretty good.
One of the nice parts about it has been like the carry pairings where you maybe have some like good abuse in the lane or something. I feel like Beast Coast are very good at doing those sort of pairings too, mostly because like a lot of K1's hero pool kind of matches up with that. But we'll see what Infamous get is. Yeah, you mentioned that the Nyx Assassin. I don't know. I'm really surprised they went for the clock over it. I guess it is slightly better versus the Grimstroke.
They could Nyx though, right? Clock Nyx, but they will get the Underlord. All right.
And this is a strange opener, though. We've seen very few teams respond with the clockwork like this when the Nyx is available, and we've seen very few Underlords in the opening picking duo.
It's only because they picked a Spirit, I think. I think Underlord is Beast Coast's answer to the Spirit immediately right now because they're willing to throw a mid, and they just say, like, I'm going to ruin your life with the pit.
Yeah, basically. Like, Void Spirit is a hero that wants to build U-Scepter whenever he feels threatened, but the Pit of Malice pretty much makes the U-Scepter useless. So,
well, in the damn aura. I mean, Underlord is amazing in 1v1 melee matchups. It doesn't take a particularly skilled player to win that right-click war when you have all the extra damage, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's worth mentioning here that Beast Coast plays mid Underlord, and Infamous did play Void Spirit into offlane. So you might be, all right, this is going to be offlane Underlord, going to be mid Void Spirit. Not necessarily.
Mm-hmm. So I was watching EU the other day, and I heard them mention that Seb played a core Clockwork, and that 3 Clockwork is not totally dead. I don't think we've seen that here, but I was surprised to hear that.
I think it would have to be a very good game for it. Like, I think you need a 4 that can farm a little bit and can push waves if you want to run the Clockwork 3. I remember like Coddle Clockwork used to be a really good pairing for that because then all the Clockwork hunts at like level 7, 8, 9, the Coddle kind of spams out waves and stuff. For Lena would be another example. It's like, we just see her get banned. But Beast Coast to me have a very good feel on like the basics of drafting and a lot of these things. Like this idea of like, okay, we have 10th pick. So like, let's get rid of Viper. Let's get rid of Lena, right? 10 seconds. They're just getting rid of the easy answers for teams. And they're not banning necessarily team-specific heroes.
True.
They're more so just banning like what they think are very solid strategies draft-wise and gameplay-wise right now. Like this Timbersaw, this Coddle. Coddle's tearing it up in all the other regions. Like Beast Coast are picking like they're from another region in a lot of these games, and they're just like straight up banning like it too,
Mm-hmm. I cannot agree more. I think, we saw a couple of like Division 2 teams. They would ban Leshrac Terrorblade in the first phase because they knew the enemy like loved those heroes. But you never see Beast Coast doing any of that. They're like, all right, we're going to play this, we need that. What is the best hero versus that thing instead of like, oh, do they play whatever hero in X position? That said, I guess this Clockwork doesn't really exclude Nyx, right? They could play Clock 5.
True. Very true.
If they want to.
Yeah, but I want to watch more of the Schofield Earth Spirit. I was just about to say if they wanted to keep going the meta stuff, they banned Ursa, and they actually did. Damn it! I wish I said that, but I was like, oh well, they might not ban the Ursa because then they'd have Ursa Void Spirit, and they have the Clockwork, but he can jump out of the cogs. That's where my brain was going. If you guys want to know how my brain works, and then I thought, well, then they could ban the PL because then they're going to want position 1 that can get out of the cogs. It's also okay versus the Underlord.
Question, Trent.
That's Dota. Yo,
I am not an Ursa player. Can you press Q inside Pit of Malice as Ursa, or you can't?
No.
I mean, if you're rooted, you can't.
You can't. All right, because there are spells that you can.
Like what?
Like
Name one.
Svenags.
Jaunt.
Svenags.
Jaunt, yes.
Svenags is a little different though. Svenags is because it's a projectile already that you then be transferred into in an
Yeah, get
invulnerable
facial.
state.
As Witch Doctor, I assume you can become the ward too, even though you're not moving.
yeah, there you go.
Yes. You probably can become the ward because that's a shapeshift. You see?
Hmm.
How about that?
Now that's a hero, though. I mean, how much do we love this guy? I mean, is this
10
panel
out of 10.
ride or die Wraith King? Can we ride or die Witch
I
Doctor?
am so in on Ride or Die Witch Doctor.
Didn't he lose his only game
Anecdotally,
today?
emotionally, financially, I'm down. Give me the Witch Doctor, man. I want the
Okay.
stonks.
Is
I
it
love
because
this
it's on
hero.
beastcoast side, or are you really that much of a
that helps.
Witch Doctor
but
fan?
no, I love Witch Doctor because he's versatile. He's like the craziest damage output for a 5 in the early game with that Maledict, but at the same
That's
time,
true.
he's got an AoE heal that is surprisingly mana efficient and very good at turning lanes that are very hard. Having that versatility is so amazing. And personally, I love playing a 5 that can solo an enemy core if you get him in the right position.
Mhm.
Oh, and you get to gamble in the mid game because sometimes you
Yeah.
throw a cask that just happens to win the
Yeah.
entire team fight for your team. It's great.
Totally. He's he's the full package, man. I love this guy.
Yeah. Also, probably a hero Infamous would like to pick first the Underlord, because that Maledict is super annoying to these beefy boys.
Yeah.
That's a good pick though. Percent base damage versus the big
Nice.
beefy Underlord.
Hey, yeah, the DP is great. Now let me ask you guys a question real quick on Witch Doctor. What's up? What?
Yeah, DP's
Yeah,
great.
this is
Whatever.
amazing,
All right,
man.
now guys.
All right. What do you got to say about DP? What do you got?
No, nothing. I just
Nothing.
really
Yeah,
like the way
exactly. I read the room. So here we go. Level 15 talent on Witch Doctor. Are you going Maledict AoE or extra coconuts these days? Because I admit I used to be a Maledict guy and now I'm a coconut guy.
I do both depending on the game. I think
it
Maledict
depends.
is probably optimal in like 90% of situations, but sometimes I'm just like crushing the Maledicts. Like I hit a 4-man Maledict without it, and I'm just like, I'm good. I'll just take the bounces.
No summons, no extra units. Sometimes that
Yeah,
extra
like if
coconut
you're-
feels pretty damn good.
Playing versus Nature's Prophet, I would say, there's so many treants now. People are actually getting the treant talent, so getting more bounces seems pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Bowie named the one hero he gets it against. Awesome. So it sounds like you're a Maledict guy. Is that what you're saying? All right, cool. We'll mark you down for a Maledict. So what do we got next?
All right. Well,
Okay.
next we need probably. Oh, well, actually, they could just pick their mid.
Whoa,
they did go one. Okay,
A
fair enough.
K1
Hero.
special. Okay. Well, they love this. Any other team, we'd be talking about the merits of CK and why it's risky and hard. This is classic Beast Coast right here. They know it. They love it. They know how to execute with it. Looks good.
10 seconds remaining.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So they basically just
5
didn't
seconds
want to
remaining.
mess around with the flex of the Death Prophet and just said, whatever, we'll just wait. Because theoretically, like they don't actually know anything about the offlane right now, and they've picked their 5 and their 1. Like right now, this could be the 3 and the 4 that are being picked next from Infamous, so it can be like a little bit risky. On the other hand, they've also picked like some really strong heroes here, so
Juggernaut.
I guess theoretically that would have to be a pretty weird one to be fair. So yeah, never mind.
I've seen a lot
We're
of
not really
games
safe
where
like Death Profiting.
CK gets a little bit ahead of Jug and then just eats him in the mid game.
Team ban.
I don't know.
Yeah,
scared.
that happens a lot. I mean,
It's
Jug is
look at
a
it in
good
the
hero.
team synergies there though, right? Like you have the ghosts plus the Juggernaut. You have the healing ward. You have like early Roche potential, early tower potential. They basically look like to
10
me that they just want to
seconds
try and
remaining.
play fast. And this is the classic like
Infamous
we
turn
think
to
that these guys
ban.
are a very good team, and our goal is to essentially win lanes and then like storm their side of the map.
All right, real talk. Is this a Mariano DP or a Mr. Jeans DP? Is Mr. Jeans more likely to play the Void Spirit?
I feel
It
like
could be
you
a
want to
4.
have
10
Void
seconds
Spirit
remaining.
in the CK lane because you can dodge the Chaos Bolt with
5
your
seconds
Dissimilate.
remaining.
So I think
Oh,
Death
okay.
Prophet just gets crushed by Chaos Bolt plus Maledict. I don't think Void Spirit does, so that's probably better.
Mhm.
So they need a 4 if I'm right.
Yeah,
Infamous.
Yeah.
and they ban the Earth Spirit. All right,
True.
maybe Shaker ban, something like that. I don't know. What's the ideal for? Tusk also still in for Infamous.
I think
Shaman's
you take
there.
The shaker. You take the Shaker for sure. It's so good versus CK.
I think they're going to ban Earth Spirit and Earthshaker. I think that those two are just so close that once you ban one, you instantly put the other in your brain.
Yep.
And you just get rid of it.
Dire team ban.
Queen of Pain, Kunkka, 2 great drivers for mid. Okay.
And 2 heroes versus Death Prophet mid too that are like survivable.
Mm-hmm.
No Lena either.
So they need. I mean, that Underlord could even be mid for Beast Coast. So they have their options super open on their side.
Remind me, gentlemen, how's TA versus Death
5
Prophet?
seconds remaining.
The lane is fine. I feel like you're getting to a point if you have a good game as TA where you just destroy the Death Prophet, like you 3-shot her before she can heal.
And it kind of feels like you don't need TA this game though. You know.
I agree.
This looks more like I want a playmaker kind of style.
Ooh.
They'll ban the Darkseer just in case because of the could be a 4 Void Spirit.
Mm-hmm. And you can make the CK illusions. They're pretty strong. You can just group all of the illusions together.
Shaker.
I wonder if the Underlord is a problem for the Shaker, just
5
because.
seconds remaining.
Like,
How about the Shard, really?
I just mean that when you commit with Echo.
I mean,
it's
you're also
pretty
bringing
easy for them,
Earthshaker into
so.
Clockwork too. To be fair.
Yeah.
That matchup's brutal.
Yeah, it's like the
Really
Elder Titan
brutal.
Earthshaker counter. You know, makes you sad.
Yeah.
What do you really want to play as 4 here? Because like you can play Mirana, but it looks like a terrible Mirana game. Okay, they get the tiny.
And groans abound is a hero that has not wowed us here.
On the 4.
Right.
Anyone tuning into our high-profile Beast Coast Infamous matchup, maybe you haven't watched all of our SA
I'm a
matches.
little more
Tiny hasn't
okay.
done so well.
With the potential mid Tiny, but this 4 Tiny has been rough, and they go back to the Beastmaster.
Oh, they
There
got
you go.
Beastmaster at the end, guys.
So, mid Underlord indeed for Chris Luck. Whisper Beastmaster and K1 will be going safe lane on the Hippogriff CK.
Well, Mariano also took the Death Prophet there, so that's Pepita 3 DP because they saw the Underlords going mid.
Dude. All right, I'm glad I brought it up.
Yes.
Okay, off-lane DP for Mariano, and Mr. Jeans will take the Void Spirit. DP didn't feel like the Mr. Jeans hero. I feel like he's a stylish kind of guy. You know, he's wearing a jacket with a little bit of a hem on it, something with a little frill. This guy's not playing Death Prophet. You can't lock a playmaker like that into a press R and run at him, hero.
All right. I don't know. I feel like Beast Coast draft is so strong. Like you have this Underlord shoving waves. How is Death Prophet ever gonna commit for a tower when you have Firestorm just raining from the sky? You have Clockwork that can initiate on her. It looks. It looked okay, but then they picked Tiny, and I'm all Beast Coast again. Sorry, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you on that one. How does Beastmaster's lane look? Grim Jug. You're gonna be Dire off lane. Oh yeah, it looks pretty
You
good.
have the bars low, dude.
Yep.
Beastmaster with the Chaos Knight, though. They've got this incredible beefy front line with the Clockwork. How...
I know. I can't go against the Beast Coast team or the lineup in this one. It looks very strong. I think what we have to focus on is like what can Infamous actually do, and it's what we described before. It's get kills and try and snowball a little bit.
4 Tiny
and
has to
rely
pop
on
off.
Every exorcism needs to take an objective. You know what I mean, or a very big kill in the early game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, time for the casters. Gary, Theban, how we doing over there? How we feeling? Do we favor Beast Coast as well?
Oh, yeah, that checklist of what Infamous needs to do to get this ball rolling is a pretty long list, eh, Theban? Beast Coast with a perfect draft, it looks like.
Yeah, it's pretty good draft. I mean, I can't even say they're lacking magic damage because the Underlord provides a pretty decent amount. You know, you got Witch Doctor, Maledict, and all that. I love the Chaos Knight pick, to be honest. You know, the DP, doesn't matter what lane she's in, she gets destroyed by Chaos Knight in the fights because that's a burst kind of hero. Just pop your ultimate, jump onto her, you get that minus armor on the DP. If she doesn't have a plate mail plus BKB, it's going to be really hard. And as an offlaner, I really don't expect her to get too many items. That being said, though, if the DP can somehow destroy this Chaos Knight in the lane, I think that's what they need to be able to really take a good grasp on this game for Infamous.
A flash of brilliance from that DP offlane. Yeah, looking across the other lanes, that Beastmaster last pick coming out from Beast Coast looked pretty damn sweet. going to be going down into the bottom lane with a Clockwork against Juggernaut and very likely the Grimstroke. Like, Grimstroke, one of the supports that's not too bad against Beastmaster, though, isn't it?
It's still kind of hard. You know, you can get found out, and the boars and the summons really kill you later on too. Not the easiest lane for sure, but they're gonna have a lot of kill potential on against a beast at least.
Yeah, that Inkswell with spin, pretty nice. Stroke of Fate, you can try and chip away at the boars as Schofield sneaks a bounty rune from top. Clockwork just walks in there and grabs it, already seeing 3 heroes at the more northern one.
And he's out. I don't think they can kill him.
He's pretty speedy. And he's wasting the time of 2 heroes. Yeah, Michael is like, nah, I'm not bothering with this anymore. Grimstroke, you can go handle it. Go TP bottom, mate.
Yeah, it's gonna go to the base and pick up maybe an item or something before he TP's out. Yeah, some sentry.
Picks up another sentry, yeah. And there's a Dire Observer Ward down there, so potentially they know. The Beastmaster left alone for a sec. Well, up top,
Schofield going
Cask,
top.
and
Dude,
a jump
it's
on
gonna be a trial lane
Mariano.
to start.
It is, and they're trying to close in on the Death Prophet, push her back with the cogs. K1 doesn't go chasing, has another stun now, but just leaving it to the 2 supports to try and finish her off. Not able to do that, but it will force a salve pretty early from the DP, while Tiny gets good drag back on that wave.
Yeah, Whisper got solo XP bottom for now, but if he's left alone for too long, he's gonna feed against his Juggernaut and the Grimstroke. Definitely gonna need the help of the Clockwork to cog back this Jug every time he tries to go in.
Yeah, he's in a pretty nice spot now, though, right in front of his tier 1.
Yeah. For the
Oh, they
time being.
dewarded the large camp, so they can actually get that pull off now. That's when the Clockwork decides he wants to play bottom lane. Man, this Witch Doctor getting up in the face of Michael at top lane. Just throws a Cask in there. Always nice to see the POS 5 moving and contesting these lane drags by the POS 4.
You need that. You need to get that XP there, or that's just free XP going away. You'll never get back.
Yeah, and like delaying Tiny's level 2, very important as well. He might snipe out a courier. Oh, microed back into the trees near the tower. Now Maledict onto Tiny. Just a bit of harassment here from Witch Doctor. Does get tossed into the creep wave and the DP. Cask back with a stun from the CK, and
Mr.
Michael
Jeans?
critted down. Mr. Jeans in
Also-
trouble also. He's chasing the Underlord. They get the kill top. The Witch Doctor survives. Underlord looks like he's all right in the mid lane, barely, as the DP
all right.
finishes off the Witch Doctor. A final Crypt Swarm from Mariano.
Yep.
Going 1 for
Was
1.
watching both of those, and I guess, I mean, it's beneficial for Radiant. I'm sorry, Dire. They got the kill onto the Tiny first, that first blood. K1's pretty happy so far with how things are going, although he only has 8 last hits. He's pretty tanky, and Witch Doctor will come back to top lane with more regen.
Yeah, pretty low on mana for the CK. His mana pool's pretty poor. But he's got a wand, and Witch Doctor could mango him if they decide they want to fight. So that in that mid lane, they both got pretty low. Void Spirit chasing that Underlord around. Mr. Jeans, CS-wise, looking real good. About a wave ahead in CS over the Underlord.
Yeah, the lane will get harder for the Void Spirit. Not going to be able to tank up this Firestorm once it's level 3. Going to be always constantly low health. And then Underlord is just focus on farming. Like, this hero just farms, gets XP, goes to a side lane, pushes that out, maybe takes a tower. You just build into like this Atos mid Underlord build. When I saw this Underlord in the draft, I instantly thought, it's okay, there's like a 90% chance it's going to be a mid Underlord. They're
Yeah.
definitely doing something sneaky here.
Yeah, we've seen it a fair few times from Beast Coast. They do love it.
Yeah.
It's the, like, if it's a POS 3 Underlord, you know, he's Axel, Inkswell, Boar slows him, and there's Battery Assault still going for a good couple more seconds. Clockwork probably going to take down this POS 5 Grimstroke at this rate. There's a Stroke of Fate, there's no Inkswell trapped inside the cogs, and the Boar has done just
Wait, where's
enough
the
to
Boar
slow
going?
him down. The Boar's leaving. He's done his
Move
job.
on.
And then Clockwork can guard bottom rune too. Mr. Jeans always trying to get there. The Firestorm blocks him away. And Clockwork will allow Chris Luck to refill.
Yep. Top 2.
Oh, meanwhile,
Mariano.
top lane, yeah. I just flicked my camera up there. Mariano's going to pop to the Maledict. Trying to give it to K1. But
Yeah,
Witch Doctor will
this-
claim the life.
It's not that stomp I was hoping Death Prophet would be doing to the CK in order to keep their team in this from the get-go. So they're going to have to do some big rotations from Mr. Jeans now. to get this Death Prophet into the game. Because the way things are going, Chaos Knight and Witch Doctor are going to be able to kill this DP over and over again.
Structures are fortified.
Yeah, they're even glyphing that creep wave under the tier 1 top.
They will lose a
Wonder if
creep
they're-
wave themselves though, because of that. Bunch of creeps going into the next wave here. They're gonna go play for the bounty room. The team play, Gary, the team play.
Yeah, push the wave, glyph it up, force them to stick on that tower, and go for the bounties.
Oh, Chris Luck, he's trying to steal the other rune. Michael's already sitting on this though. What's with the tinies and going for toss level up onto?
Radiant's
Interesting.
top tower
I'm not
is
sure, but he
Over the
doesn't have mana
avalanche.
for it. A couple of mana away from having a toss. Grimstrokes come in. They have focused Chris Luck down enough. Lack of toss doesn't matter. They toss forward Axel. Stinger trying to get in there with a Cask and Maledict already spent. And a good rotation in from both of those Radiant supports.
Big kill onto the Underlord. I mean, he was very greedy
bottom.
in that path that he took.
Jug has no spin, and the fact you've rotated everyone in, that mid lane sure looks good, but losing your Juggernaut bottom, that's a disaster.
Yeah. Did he use an offensive spin there, and that's why he got caught out afterwards?
I'm not sure. I look down bottom, I just see Clockwork and Beastmaster railing him. Okay, well, he's dead.
And that's
And
a
Axel-
Neko 1 now for Beast as well.
Oh, missed Maledict. Good Cask. He can't get the kill, though. If only he'd landed that Maledict. Toss from Tiny will stop Stinger from killing off that Grim. What did you just say? There's a what on the Beastmaster?
You know what it is.
Oh, mid lane. Underlord dying. It's the supports rotating again. Chris Luck not respecting the Tiny and the Grimstroke. And they really are doing everything in their power to give Mr. Jeans a good transition
No,
out of the laning
Angel?
stage. But
Again?
not again. Oh, this
Not
can't
again.
be happening.
He's
The
gonna
ball
fall for it. Oh,
tries to block
no,
him
Angel's
inside.
dead.
Angel stuck with no spin. I mean, he can drop a healing ward, but that's 2 in a row bottom lane. What's he up to? Stinger does die to Mariana, but has traded his life as the CK removes DP from that top lane. And Tiny is eyeing up this bottom Beastmaster, but Clockwork blocks him away.
Yeah. This is really bad. This is why you don't use your Whirlwind unless... Or sorry, Blade Fury, unless it's a guaranteed kill.
And they roar the Tiny now. He was looking for a cheeky pick-off. Not going to find it there. Juggernaut is 1 experience away from level 6 Theban. And
Yeah, I saw
in my
that.
head, rationalizing it, it's like, okay, he's 1 XP away. He thinks he can spin an Omni Slash. It wasn't to be.
Well, a creep needs to die in order to get
True.
that 1 XP. Doesn't matter if it's like 30 or 1 XP away, you still need a creep to die.
There's no one else been in his lane to support him and give him that creep.
Now the Beastmaster has level 7 with Necro and a Salve coming out.
Could you do
He's
the
got a
voice,
range
please?
up too. I'm Beastmaster. I got Necro 1 now.
Yep,
It's time to go to the tower. Click
that's all I need in life.
Roar. I mean, the Juggernaut is already gone. He's
a good
left his
rotation.
lane. Yeah, he's out of there. He's gonna try and do something himself.
Mr. Jeans snipes out the Witch Doctor.
Oh, he
Oh,
doesn't
is he
have
going to
mana.
push the
Yo.
tower?
Wait, he doesn't have mana. He wants to
He can
kill
still
the.
kill him.
Yeah.
Radiant's
I mean,
middle
this
Axel's
that
still
would
dead.
that would have been a super dead Grim, like, you know, seconds ago with Necro, but it still does it anyway with the level 4 boar.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And
They look at
everyone
the
from
face,
this...
Axel,
Middle tower
Yeah.
is
Jugger.
under attack.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And they will get the
Yeah,
tier
yeah.
1.
You want to see what Beast Coast need to take the bottom tier 1?
Tower has fallen.
1 hero? I'm a Beastmaster.
Is under attack.
Beastmaster, Necro is down. Look how fast he's dying. Look how fast his tower is dying, Gary.
They're trying to defend it. They're bringing
Yeah,
a couple of
they have to bring a
TPs here.
lot. They're gonna have to bring a lot of people if they want to defend this.
They miss the stroke of fate. Mr. Jeans double jump onto Whisper with the Ink Swell. Stinger, though, with a Cask and a Maledict. Dissimulate to dodge away. Stinger still
Grim is
here,
dead, though.
battling with the Necro units going. Mr. Jeans is dying, and they've rotated Chris Lock and Schofield on top of them. Yeah, you kill the Beastmaster, you stop the push, but you lose your tempo hero. Void Spirit cannot die in this game.
Yeah.
He is
Gary.
the be-all and end-all of Infamous in this
Click.
mid-game.
Click Death Summary on Grim before he goes away.
Death
Dire's
summary
middle
on
tower
Grim.
is under attack. Radiant
What am I looking for?
structures are fortified.
Who did the most damage to him?
Beastmaster.
Yep. Beast wasn't even right-clicking him a single time.
Just the summons. My
Yep.
goodness.
He just annihilated the Grimstroke, who was just helping the Voice Break kill the Beast.
Radiant's
with some
bottom
spells.
tower has fallen.
Yeah, and then they
Now I
had the
get the
Hawk
bottom
on that
tower.
tier 1, so they get the tier exactly. Necro units were still there. And Infamous Juggernaut, he's found a home for himself up top. Maelstrom is coming, slowly but surely. But this
very
K1
good.
K1 CK is gonna have Midas soon.
This is exactly what Angel needed to do. He needed to go top, help take that tier 1, sit up here. Now Beast Coast have a hard time actually catching this Juggernaut. And the Jug is in a very lucrative spot. Infamous, making a smoke into the triangle area, but I don't think... Yeah, they were looking for the Chaos Knight. They did not find the Chaos Knight, so not a very worth smoke. But they do get the bounties. 4 bounties, actually.
4 bounties, yeah.
Yeah.
And look at this Beastmaster. He's realized they were all up in the triangle and they're going to be spreading across the map. Comes behind them with Schofield here.
Oh, no,
Grimstroke's is
Grim
dead
again.
to summons. He can't do anything, not even a raw use. They toss the clock, the cogs come out, DP's pushed back, and inside the Pit of Malice, Tiny Michael destroyed by the Underlord. So much additional damage coming out of that level 3 Antifiora. And the bottom...
Where's that Atos?
It feels like from the Roche Pit all the way down to like bottom tier 2 belongs to Beast Coast. There is no way you can show down in that jungle or anywhere because of the threat the Beastmaster offers.
Yep. It's not like it feels like it. It is. That's what they own. That's their property. They bought it.
Hard work, dedication from Whisper. Buying that Necro 2. Nearly up to 3.
Now, Mr. Jeans, I mean, he's down here, like, stopping this creeps from happening, and they're smoking to the beast as well, but if Whisper just walks away from this, what do you do? And your Jug just die top.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. Exactly. Just a hook shot, kill off the Jug. And they're still trying to get on top of Whisper here. And Michael, he's trying to
He
close
sees
the
it.
gap with an avalanche. Mr. Jeans, the first Astral
He has a
Step, now
Necro book.
tossed
He's gonna
forward.
drop.
Whisper has Roar as well with a Necro book, but he's silenced up. Can't get it off. Schofield's come in to help save the day. The Soul Bind, it's there, but the Roar onto Grimstroke's going to destroy him while Stinger, Witch Doctor, knowing there's no more Astral Step, no Dissimulate, down goes the Void Spirit. Yeah, again, second time, you've killed off Whisper, but you've lost the Void Spirit in the exchange, and it just doesn't feel worth it as Tiny is being hounded. The Beastmaster summons, helped out by the Battery Assault. Who's going to get the kill? It's Whisper. Would you believe it? A double for the Beastmaster. And mid lane, it just doesn't stop. They've popped Exorcism, but it looks like it's... they didn't get the tier 1. I don't know if that was
That
defensive
was just
or...
a defensive usage. Oh, feels bad. I think he used the Exo to go for the tier 1 while they were all bottom, but then Underlord shows up. It's like, hello, I'm Underlord.
here.
I just plant myself in front of this tower with Firestorm. You cannot push.
That's the great thing about mid Underlord. Usually with like a pos 3 Tide or Underlord or something like that, okay, I can put myself mid lane and I can stop the push. But he can go to lanes and help push. He's really a sticky slug. And Rod of Atos is nearly done. While Void
This game
Spirit...
is slipping away for Infamous. They are running out of options to make plays happen. And they've
And
used a lot of
Omni-Slash.
smokes too.
Kills off
Okay,
Schofield.
well,
That's a big
We'll
streak.
take those. That is a big streak. A lot of gold for the Jug too. He's got his item now too. But nonetheless, they need to run at Beast Coast. They can't just make smokes and wait for only smokes to do plays. Tiny is level 8 now. He's got that maxed out Avalanche and Toss combo. You got good amount of burst damage with the Void as well.
Oh,
Okay,
Mr.
goodbye.
Jeans. That is a tragedy.
Hello, Beastmaster. I roar you. You dead? You die? Yeah, that's it. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Like, you could have solo killed him there. Didn't even need any help.
I mean, he basically has a
Necro
creep
3.
wave. He's made a new lane for himself. Wherever the Beastmaster goes, it's the 4th lane.
Yeah, except they
Sends
do like 5x the damage.
Yeah, true. Within a beast is pretty nuts. CK now deciding to join the fray. Midas, Sanj heading into BKB. Tanky K1 CK, and they've rooted
Mr.
up Mr.
Jeans
Jeans.
again. Oh,
He's
no.
TP'd in, and he's died straight away. The hook shot from Schofield also catches the DP. Reality Rift back. Spirit Siphon's going. Mariano, not okay. Caught up in the Rod of Atos. Toss back, maybe saves her. Gets the DP out of there. But it really is that primary point that Mr. Jeans is the hero that really sets the tempo for the Radiant, and whenever he's dead, you can see that they're just lost. Where do we go?
Yep, and Underlord, as soon as he got that Atos, he calls his team to go mid. Let's try to take a fight, take this tower. Beastmaster got that pick off first on the Void, so was able to wrap around, and Void just TPing back in was just a complete disaster. Your team was not ready, like ahead of you, to take the fight. So back-to-back deaths. I mean, how do you come back on a Void Spirit from this position? It's really difficult. And he's got a 4-staff queued up, Gary.
Yeah. That's where I was going to get to as well. Like, against Rod of Atos, against the Root of the Underlord, you know, he's got limited options on what kind of defensive item he can buy, I guess.
This is the first time I'm ever going to see Force on Void Spirit as a position 2, I think. Maybe support Void, I've seen it, but definitely not mid Void.
What else could he go for? Like, rush BKB? Go. I mean, the Orchid would be way too slow if you go that direction.
Yeah, I mean, ideally you're getting like, you know, Yules and Ags and stuff, so you can just run in and create chaos, but in the position that he's in right now, I guess he doesn't have another option but to become pretty much a support Void Spirit.
Yeah, he's got lower net worth in the DP, treads drums, spots the CK, and then drums to run away. Get to the high
dodge.
ground, in comes Stinger. Maledict's on the Death Prophet, but the silence stops the cask from coming. Stinger still wants the Grimstroke though, it looks like. Finally gets the stun on him. CK with a rift back, and it's just a couple of hits.
Goodbye. It's just 2 volleys from everything, and that's it.
Oh, Rod of Atos on the Void Seer. Oh, Mr. Spirit, where are you going in that pit of malice? No more astral steps. He doesn't have to assimilate, but he's been roared up by Whisper. Oh, Mr. Jeans again. What's that? His fifth death of the game.
Yep. Silver lining though, Juggernaut did Omni slash the Clockwork again. Got another kill.
Nice.
You know, he's still at the top of the net worth. But the problem is he's pretty much 1 versus the world right now.
And you feel like if he gets roared in a team fight, he dies anyway. No matter how much net worth he has.
Yeah, he's got the same problem as the DP. He gets bursted by the Chaos Knight.
Oh, does Clock have hookshot here? And Jug's already made the long run away. And Dire have pretty perfect vision in this Radiant jungle down bottom. They see near the outpost, they see near that mid-tier 2, so they're watching for smokes and watching for movements. And they'll know there are 4 heroes here from Infamous all around the mid lane. And yeah, CK sends an illusion up, like, oh, where are you? Where are you all hiding?
Scanning.
Do you like that scan? Radiant scanning triangle, then not doing anything with it?
I guess it's information, maybe. That's pretty much it. Like, you know they're there, that means they're not smoking into you.
Okay.
So you can just kind of chill back a bit, but...
Clear your jungle.
Yeah, Infamous, that's what they gotta do. They gotta wait for Beast Coast to make a mistake right now.
Well, they're going to be hard-pressed to find one. Beast
Chaos
Coast
Knight
have
almost
looked-
has BKB too. And once he gets BKB, he really becomes unkillable.
Yeah, he's going to have like 3,000 HP. Hook shot from Clock. Grimstroke out in the open again. And these wards paying off for Beast Coast. A very simple kill as they Dark Rift onto the summons of Beastmaster. Underlord wants this tier 2. Oh my, he was already nearly dead, but Chris Luck makes damn sure. And you were mentioning you want Infamous to be making moves, and you can see these 3 heroes really are lost. Like, where do we go mid? Do we farm? Oh, Jug's there. Back in our jungle? No, we can't do that, can we? They find the Clockwork. Witch Doctor's still on his high ground. Misses another Maledict. But that cask might bounce back onto the Void Spirit. Silence him up. Clockwork being shredded. But in comes the Beastmaster with a roar, and the damage from the CK clears through the Ghost Lady. While Void Spirit has another Dissimulate to play around with. Angel has arrived with an Avalanche Toss. They'll clear through Stinger. Chris Luck dropping low. Angel has an Omni Slash. Gonna spend it. Throw it in there. Not even gonna use it. He's just gonna kill him off anyway. Angel comes in, and Mr. Jeans gets a triple kill. Juggernaut, untouched, comes in with his big items, and a wonderful team fight there. The swing of the game there for Infamous.
Yeah, that was such a nice wraparound, going for the easy targets first on that Clockwork and the Witch Doctor, getting rid of the supports, and Angel did even use his Omni Slash there too.
Radiant's top tower is
So he
Yeah, he
still
held
got
it.
that up, and they can just fight again as soon as they're alive.
And so that one observable, they're pinging it out now. Grimstroke got that up a couple of
exactly.
minutes ago. Gave them perfect vision in the area.
The high ground push was interesting and all, but if you don't make the proper retreat, made things really awkward.
Oh, definitely proving. Even though Beast Coast have these 3 incredibly tanky core heroes, you do have the damage to kill them off. Spirit Siphon, you know, doing percentage-based damage. Juggernaut with some hefty right clicks.
And this goes back to the fact that Juggernaut took that early tier 1 top and stayed up there, farmed a lot, and Beast Coast never really went up there to stop him from farming. They didn't kill him a single time.
So you still got like this carry on the side of Infamous, and he's doing
Yeah.
it with that one versus the world at the moment. But he's gonna need one more fight like that though.
Oh, absolutely. And it looks like he's solving the biggest problem he has. Buying Lincoln Sphere, knowing that Roar is pretty much the only thing that can ruin his game.
Yeah, and later he's gonna buy the Blade Fury upgrade. Especially once he's level 20, he's gonna get that plus 160 Blade Fury DPS, and that's gonna help in killing off the Chaos Knight's illusions, proccing the Maelstroms off your spins as well.
Oh, yeah, super good against the summons too.
Definitely. Again, so
CK.
they need one more fight like that. They're still not out of the woods yet, Gary.
Yeah.
Beast Coast I think they're still much stronger for the time being.
Like the fact that Beast Coast come down, round 2 basically, they deward, they make sure that the vision game is firmly theirs, and they smoke
Very
out from this bottom jungle.
They want to go across, get a kill, go straight into the pit, take Roshan with the Necro Book. But Necro is down for 20 more seconds, so they might have to slow down just for, a few bit here, let that cool off.
It could be a good opportunity for Infamous to take that fight that they want. Hawk's gonna come under a sentry. Oh no, it doesn't. Barely scrapes past. So vision is up there for Beast Coast, near that top tier 1, and around the Radiant Triangle. Still trying to de-push that mid wave as CK stuck around for a long old time. And Death Prophet, she's the one out on the map. Oh, you're gonna get closed in on by the Witch Doctor. Mariano doesn't expect the Stinger gank. The cask, no vision just yet. Now you'll have it. Stinger's there, starts it off, might even finish it himself. Nah, it's nowhere near enough damage. Whisper and Chris Luck couldn't get there with the Rod of Atos or the Roar.
Yep, Tiny almost died to the Chaos Knight. Oh man. K1 did not commit the BKB to the kill, so he managed to get away on Michael.
Radiant's top tower is under
Was it the
10-second
CK and his
BKB.
illusions?
It was just a hero, that's it. There wasn't any illusions even there, yeah? Just annihilated him.
Well, Roshan does get pinged now. Schofield's like, guys, you want to do Roche? Chaos Knight down bottom lane. No, I'm farming. Oh, hook shot. Grimstroke initiated on. Schofield looks like a simple one. And they'll just Inkswell the Void Spirit to get away. Juggernaut, what's he up to? He's whacking the Chaos Knight, forcing the TP home.
Hey, tip it out. This is not gonna omni that. Juggernaut is level 19, by the way. So he's like
Wow.
pretty far ahead on this Chaos Knight. And K1 realized that. It's like, I'm not sure if we really want to fight right now, because
Not a fight worth
He's doing a
taking
lot of
there, but
damage.
maybe Whisper. He's popped his BKB up top. Mr. Jeans is disengaged, as has Michael.
oh. That's something that I didn't really notice. Earlier, I saw Beastmaster queuing up the Blink Dagger, but he opts for the BKB instead against the Death Prophet Silence. So it's really annoying for him.
Yeah, they've got their
Tiny
triple
combos, the Grim.
triple BKB now. Underlord has one. Getting run at by the Jug. Rod of Atos pops the Lincolns. Tiny with the Void Spirit. Forcing the BKB out of Chris Luck. They were hoping maybe for a turnaround there as the Jetpack Clockwork doesn't get to high ground. Misses the hook shot. Schofield down. They do
Jeans.
catch out Mr. Jeans though. With that roar, pummeling the Void Spirit. In comes the Jug though. Spinning the Witch Doctor down. A Phantasm from K1 with a big illusion.
Got an Omni
That's
Slash.
the difficulty for Angel to handle. He can't do anything even with the Omni Slash. Not enough damage. Pop the Lincolns again. Turn around with a quick stun and Angel maledicted. Dead to rights. Whispers in fact the one with a triple kill. Oh, nice spin. Gets away from the rift. He's speedy. He's going to get away from there. Final maledict tick is going to take him down to like 200 or something, but he's fine.
Yep. I mean, good fight from Beast Coast there. Although the Clockwork did die first. He got that BKBs really shining in that last engagement. And I think the Juggernaut just needs to wait for his level 20 and the Aghanim shard in order to be able to take these team fights. That's going to be the way to deal with his CK illusions.
I think
Also,
he's
the
definitely
Yeah, I was
realized
gonna say-
Omni Slash isn't the answer.
Right. And the Beastmaster summons too. You can see how they just soaked up all that damage from the Omni.
Still holding on though. Angel only a couple of hundred away from the shard. And how many XP from 20? Very close, right? About 17. Oh, 7. Whisper with an illusion in the pit, making sure no sneakiness from Infamous. Hawk flies over too. And it was a really nice shift by Beast Coast, right? Because that kind of 16 to 20 minute window, they were playing bottom jungle, trying to force into the tier 2s there, farming back, keeping a large portion of the map to themselves. But then there was that kind of, the switch got flicked, and they're like, wait, we want to play into Radiant Triangle so we can control Roshan. And immediately, they're just holding on to these zones of the map, as Infamous are trying to do now. Waiting on top of staircases, forcing out BKBs.
Wow.
But Michael, dear lord, K1 with his
They do
damage.
one
They do
more.
miss the hook shot. They don't get any bonus kills.
All right, it's time to rush.
Do they
You-
rush?
Yeah, you got it. But I think they're gonna smoke up on Infamous. They know the CK does not have a BKB anymore, and they got the shard. They're level 20 Juggernaut. He's got the damage now.
Jetpack Clockwork, flying into the middle of 4 enemy heroes. Yeah, he's over the chasm. Yeah, he's got in a weird position. Mr. Jeans has gone the wrong way. Roshan's been
Clockwork's out.
taken. Juggernaut has walked into the pit. Oh, that's dangerous. There's a lot of right click, but the Dark Rift gets them out of there. And
Dude.
Clockwork somehow is. How did Clockwork live? What's
He
going
just
on?
TP'd out. He called himself and TP'd out, and they couldn't really get to him to stun him in time. And that was so much space created by Skullfield right there. All he did was get the attention onto him so his team can do Roshan without being contested. The Juggernaut, he had Omni, you got like Exo, you got all these big spells, but they couldn't use it inside the pit against those 4 heroes because the clock.
Yeah, gets up in their face. Still in a forward position here. Infamous getting caught out with a hook shot. Death Ward from Stinger. The wraparound from K1. The Pit of Malice comes down. Whisper's being focused by the spin. Has to BKB and run. Void Spirit rooted up. Gets it assimilate off in time. And Beast Coast just going to have to go for Mariano in the back. Death Prophet focused down by K1. Chris Luck, Whisper, and Stinger still chasing the Jug, though. Spin is back up in a second, but they pop the Lincolns and got the Roar. Now the spin. Angel thinking about turning and fighting as they lose Mariano. They don't, without
Oh, they got the
K1.
Omni Slash.
Oh, can they chase?
Nah, it's not gonna
They've
do
given
it.
up. Well, they get the DP. She didn't waste Exorcism, though.
Very split fights there. Yeah, I think Infamous, they're gonna try to delay this game a bit more because they gotta wait for this Aegis on the CK to at least get down to like 1 minute. So if a long drawn out fight occurs, you can try to kill him at the end of the fight without having to go through 2 CK lives, because the CK has heart in a moment. So that's 4,000 HP. Get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult to burst through him. You've got DP with Spirit Siphon.
Yeah, that's a good spell for sure. I mean, you're gonna have to pretty much ignore him, try to kill the illusions, kill the other heroes, and leave the CK for the end. And then you can probably kill him with, your heroes, no problem.
Surround him
If
with
the-
everybody.
Yeah, and look at Death Prophet's item build too. I don't know if we've already mentioned that, but Solar Crest and a Plate Meal. I love this build from the DP. She needs this mass armor.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So nice when you got a Jug on your team too. Solar Crest, Omni Slash. That's nice. Skipping away on the Ewells. Going into Lotus Orb.
Radiant's top tower.
But you just always have this overwhelming feeling that Beast Coast, the favorites, the better team coming into this series,
Radiant's
and
top
having the
tower
map
is
control,
under attack.
which they do. It's just an
K1?
yeah, he is
They're touching
behind tier 3. He's forced to BKB. Toss back from Tiny, working wonders.
Yep.
That'll stop
You
the
know how
push.
hard it is to go high ground against a Tiny.
Is under attack.
Beast Coast just gotta focus on like controlling the map and getting Infamous to leave the base and kill them outside the base. They can't be doing this high ground plays unless they commit the CK ulti, so the Tiny can't toss the real CK.
Yeah, it looked like they had a nice stranglehold on the mid and the top lane, but that one tiny toss
Scanning.
does get Infamous out of the base. Jump in from Tiny onto the CK. They know he's got no BKB. Phantasm silenced up, half HP.
Exo.
The CK being focused. There's the Aegis down as the Schofield Clockwork, hookshots, and jetpacks over the top of the Grimstroke. Axel's gone. DP's on the run. Tries to fight the clock as the Juggernaut. Oh, he doesn't know where to go. Up, down, left, right. Avalanche toss onto the Witch Doctor, but that's a tanky
Omni.
stinger. Omni Slasher does come through, focusing the
Beast.
Beastmaster. He's got the BKB off. Juggernaut spins forward. He needs the right clicks to finish him. They've already lost the DP and the Grimstroke, though, and the Clockwork with the cogs in a blink away. Beastmaster's safe. K1 gets a double kill. Angel's down. Void Spirit and Tiny left wondering what they need to do. They pull out all the stops, but they just can't win a team fight against these tanky Beast Coast heroes.
Oh, that was such an awkward Omni Slash there. I think they should have just stood their ground with the DP and went on the CK as he was respawning because he didn't have the BKB up. Right, you saw him use it on the top. So if you stuck around there, you know, get another stun on. Maybe Juggernaut can Omni Slash that CK during the stun so he can't pop his Phantasm, bring him low enough that even if he does use Phantasm, it wouldn't matter. But Infamous losing that fight is so costly. They're gonna lose so many buildings here. They got the Beastmaster Aura. CK's got Phantasm in 15 as well.
Toss into tier 4s. This could work, or maybe not. K1 has his BKB back. A toss into Axel. Lose the Grimstroke. Michael's dead. And that might be the signal of the end of the game. Mid barracks comes tumbling down, and they'll move into that bottom lane now with a Phantasm of K1. Easy pickings on these Radiant buildings. Yeah, I think you're right. A number of these fights have felt very, split, very separated. We're having a kind of...
Oh, Whisper.
Oh, Whisper. He's all right. He's a Beastmaster. He's fine. But there's a lot of, target acquisition gone wrong in this game,
Yeah.
it feels like.
Definitely would have to agree with that. They gotta really plan out how they want to take the fights and what they're gonna do. If you're not sure of what your fight looks like before you take the fight, you're gonna find yourself running away a lot.
I mean, spontaneity, it's wonderful in Dota 2, but you need that clear idea. Especially with heroes like Tiny, with Void Spirit. Who do I need to pick off? Who can I go on? Who do I need to control in the battle?
Yep, and control, and also combining your spells up with your ally spells too.
Yeah.
Very important.
It's like so many things can change, because initially it might be Void Spirit thinking, I'll go on the Beastmaster unless he's already roared, and then I go on someone else if he has roared. Things can change very quickly. Oh, DP. Missed hook shot. She went back for a greedy additional Crypt Swarm, and because of the greed, doesn't get ganked.
Saved her. Sometimes you can't read players who are doing, things off their emotions.
Unexpected, yeah. Oh, a double damage rune under the Dire Observer ward. Chris Luck gonna go back for it because they've actually made a jump onto the Beastmaster. Soulbound, but he roars the Tiny. Stinger keeps away from the Soulbind, and the initiation comes to naught.
Yeah, that BKB is just doing so much work from this Beastmaster. It saved his life so many times already. I love it. Whisper's item decisions this game have been on point. Necrobook into the BKB, and then Dagger. Vlad's not going for the Solar Crest, so he got the 2 buffer items. He bought the items that keeps him alive in the fights first, and then he buys the buffer items. Because there's no point of the buffer items if you're dead in the fights.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to think. When was the last time we saw Infamous cross the river? Oh, because I feel like it was Juggernaut like 15 minutes ago for farming top lane. The rest of the game, talking about map control and the way that you're playing the map, it's been Beast Coast on the Radiant side of the river.
I think it has a lot to do with Beastmaster and Underlord being on Beast Coast team. You got this Firestorm and the minions are constantly just shoving these lanes in. You find yourself on Infamous side constantly pushing the lanes back out and not enough time to actually make plays.
Yeah, they get scanned up on their high ground. Hook shot once again misses, going for a blind one, but Void Spirit forced to step away and a spin back will disengage from the CK. Grimstroke, unfortunately, doesn't have the same mechanisms of escape as his teammates and allies do. So dead for 45 seconds without buyback, in fact.
Toss back mid. Chris
Trying
Luck.
to catch out the Underlord. Yeah, he's tanky, but that Omni Slash shreds straight through him. Jumping onto the additional Dire heroes now with a spin onto the Witch Doctor, but Angel wants to retreat. He's been hook-shotted. Cogs come out, push him back into the CK. Lotus is on him, but the Roar turns back onto Whisper. Angel still gonna die. Juggernaut's gone for a minute and a half while this CK just keeps running forward towards you. The cavalry's come, and K1, he wants this final lane of barracks. Grimstroke, Tiny, they can afford buybacks now. But without Juggernaut, I just don't see what you can accomplish. Toss
Good
backs.
killing, though.
Maybe
Underlord is still
Exo.
dead. It is 4v4. Just slowly take this.
There's the XO with a silence. Void Spirit runs forward, stopping the mega creeps from coming. At least for now. Beastmaster with no roar for 30 seconds. Beast Coast just make the slow walk back.
Radiant's middle
They're gonna
tower
trade the
is
XO.
They're going to try and go on DP. Reality Rift. Lotus Orb's on us, so no stuns coming. Looks like the TP away from Clockwork sends him back to Fountain. And Bounty Runes have spawned. So an activity there for Beast Coast to go and accomplish. We nearly got Solar Crest on Beastmaster now. Roshan in a minute 20. One more fight, you reckon? Infamous have got one more in them.
Yes. it might be a fight or it might be a massacre. I'm not sure, Gary. But I'm leaning more towards a massacre.
Who's gonna be the massacre-y? The massacreist?
I think
Who's
you
gonna
can take this one. I'll give you the win here, Gary. You can answer that question yourself.
Beast Coast will win the team fight.
Wow.
See, but the thing is, the fact that I've said that and put it out into the world means the opposite's going to happen.
All right.
So
let's
Infamous
see.
are going to make a massive comeback now. Juggernaut's going to come in, kill off a couple of supports. Leave the CK to last, like you said. Follow the advice of Coach Theban. And I'll smoke, knowing that Roshan could be alive now. Tiny Void Spirit lose their smoke. Phantasm, the Avalanche toss combo. The illusion's pretty much cleared. CK now left with just a BKB, but he gets down to the low ground, onto the DP. Mariano removed from the game. Grimstroke also gone, both without buybacks. And it looks like Juggernaut, well, he's trying his hardest. Omnislash comes through. Tiny trying to get in there too, but the Juggernaut now left with nothing left in the tank. Tries to spin Stinger down, but it's a Glimmer Cape, and Witch Doctor looks pretty fine to me. Pit of Malice, another Maledict, and GG's gold. It's over. Beast Coast, 42-17. Another very decisive victory.
How did you know, Gary, that it was going to be a massacre?
Oh, I just delved deep into my mind palace, put all the parameters together, and I mathematically figured it out. It was pretty simple.
Genius. Coach Gary, #1. But yeah. I mean, Gary, this game, it was just like, it was too much on the Death Prophet. The Death Prophet had to shut this Chaos Knight down. They need to win at least one lane really hard. And then they needed that hero to command the game for Infamous. And they didn't have it, right? Best lane they had was like a 50-50. I guess Juggernaut's lane was all right. But even him, he died a couple of times after the support left the lane. So Beast Coast, just running a cleanse.